Alright, let's go. Data mines are here. This is pretty much going to be the most long-awaited refine batch for the year. So we have the refines for Choose Your Legends 5, as well as the remixes for Hell and Mirabilis and Itsuki's refine. Let's not even waste any time here. Let's jump right in. So we're starting off with Mirabilis here. Alright, so Mirabilis, let's see what they gave to her. Looks like HP up 3, grants res up 3. If penalty is active on any foes in 3 columns centered on unit, inflicts attack, defense, and res -4 on those foes during combat. Okay, they bumped that up by 1 point there. Before it only did -3, now it's doing -4. At the start of combat, if foe's HP is over 75% or a penalty is active on foe, inflicts attack and defense -5 on the foe during combat. Yeah, that's precious. Okay, so if you ever wanted to fight with Mirabilis, she's getting attack and defense -5 on the enemies. Yeah, right. Alright, don't make me laugh. Alright, let's continue here. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and defense -5 on the foe again. And unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack during combat. What the hell is this, man? Why are they turning her into a fighter? Come on. And also, after combat, if unit attacked, inflicts status on foes within 3 columns centered on unit, preventing counterattacks through the next actions. Oh. They gave her flash there. But, like, why, though? Why would you ever attack somebody with Mirabilis, man? This is like what they did with Peony. They gave her an offensive-oriented refine. She doesn't need to fight. Like, come on. You just need a bunch of support effects. Give her, like, built-in Wings of Mercy or Escape Route or, like, Canto built-in or something like that. Bonus movement. Come on. Like, more mobility or support effects. That's what we're looking for on these dancers. And not combat here. She does not need to fight. Alright, whatever. Let's go ahead and move on to Hell up next. Now, Hell is very interesting because she has this effect where she can warp to enemy units that are within 4 spaces of her with her new Remix C skill. So, let's see what they gave to Hell here. Alright, we got HP up 3, -1 special trigger, built-in IOT shield. If foe does not use magic or staff, calculates damage using foe's res. And also, if unit's HP is over 1 and foe would reduce unit's HP to 0 during combat, unit survives with 1 HP. Once per combat doesn't stack. Okay, all of that's pretty much the same, to my knowledge. Also, if the foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 50% at the start of combat, gets all stats of 4 to unit during combat, and recovers 7 HP to unit after combat. Alright, that's the juice right there. Now, the reason why that's good is because people used to run the Mystic Boost Sacred Seal on Hell prior to this, and that would allow her to just re-up her Miracle effect after every round of combat. You just get back 6 HP. So the fact that they just gave her healing innately is also really good, and now you don't have to run Mystic Boost anymore. Alright, let's see the special effect part of this now. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25% or a penalty is active on the foe, grants all stats of 4 to unit, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's speed, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40% during combat. Alright, pretty stock standard overall. Nothing too crazy here. She's getting all stats up 8. She has still the Miracle effect and the adaptive damage against non-magical enemies. We're getting 40% DR on the first hit and then true damage there based on speed. So, she's solid. She's definitely a lot better than she was prior to this. And, of course, the warping to enemy units is very interesting, especially with the adaptive damage. Like, she can probably catch something off guard, but I don't think this is going to put her over the top or anything like that. It's just a solid refine, so not going to turn her into, like, a god of darkness defense teams out of nowhere. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, next up we've got Itsuki over here. So this guy, the first of the TMS refines, right? We're probably getting more TMS refines, but what these guys really want is a new banner. Okay, so Mirage Falchion's got HP up 3, effective against dragons, grants defense up 3. If unit initiates combat, grants all stats up X to unit during combat, where X is 4 plus the number of allies who have already acted times 3, for a maximum of 10. Okay, so essentially it's like Blade Session. That goes up to a max of 10 instead of 9. Alright, sure. The more units that have acted before Itsuki, the higher the stats are going to go. And then also, if foe initiates combat, grants all stats up X to unit during combat, where X is 10 minus the number of foes who have already acted times 3, with a minimum of 4. Okay, so then he gets Shield Session, essentially. He's got Blade Session on the player phase and Shield Session on the enemy phase. So if no enemies have acted, if the first unit to act is the one that attacks him, that would be 0 times 3 for 0 minus 10. So he would get all stats up 10 on the enemy phase. All right, not the worst. And then worst case scenario, it's still like all stats up 4, even if they had like multiple units act in the turn already. And then he still gets HP up 7 after combat. So they gave him healing as well. Interesting. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, gets all stats up 4 to unit. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30% during combat. Oh, they gave him even more stats. So he could possibly get like all stats up 14. Well, defense up 17 there because he's getting 3 flat. Gets a guaranteed follow-up and 30% DR on the enemy's first hit. It's okay. I mean, for a Tempest Trial / Grand Hero Battle Refine, this is pretty good. He's getting a lot of stats. He's getting healing. He's got some DR. He's got a guaranteed follow-up. Nothing that's going to change the game or anything, but pretty solid merge project for free-to-play if you're interested in this. All right, let's keep going. Now, we come to the juice here, the Choose Your Legend stuff. We're starting off with Marth. Okay. So, -1 special trigger, effective against dragons. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit during combat, and grants effects to unit based on the total value of bonuses on the 3 allies with the highest bonus totals, excluding unit. So, if greater than or equal to 10, neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks and prevent units' follow-up attacks, and effects that inflict guard on unit during combat. So he gets null follow-up and nullify guard if you've got plus 10 to all stats on if the total bonuses on allies with the highest bonuses is over 10, basically. All right, also, if that number is over 25, the highest, or like the combination of bonuses of 3 allies with the highest bonuses is over 25, he gets an additional attack of 5, and also, if he deals damage to the foe during combat, he gets back 7 HP. Triggers even if no damage is dealt. And then, if the total combination of bonuses on 3 allies with the highest bonuses is over 60, and the foe initiates combat, then he gets Vantage. This pretty much looks the exact same to me. I think they might have added the Nullify Guard part. I don't think he had Nullification of Guard before. I think it was just Null Follow-Up. So that is nice to see that they gave him that. All right, let's see here. So the special effect Refine. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats up X to unit, where X is 5 plus the highest bonus on each stat between unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit. Oh, that's a lot. Because his Shining Emblem gives him +6 to all stats and then +6 to, I believe it's attack to allies that are within 2 spaces of him. And then when he procs the special, everyone on the team just gets +6 to all stats right there. So it's not that difficult to actually get this guy his conditions to activate here. So then if the allies are at +6, then they're getting 5 plus that. It would be +11 to all stats, which is quite a lot. And then reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40% during combat. And this works on Brave hits as well, so the first and second attack of a Brave attack. That's it. They gave him... Oh, well, I don't want to say, like, that's it and then kind of downplay him, because he's still getting +11 to all stats there, and then some DR, and... I don't think this is what we really wanted from him, though. That's the thing. Like, we were hoping for other effects on this guy, like Nullify DR. You know how crazy that would have been with the Vantage combo that he's got? Or, like, Null C Disrupt or something like that. Like, give him effects that were really going to put him over the top. I guess you can still run Null C on him, but now he can't Nullify DR because Null C would compete with Special Spiral 4, so you'd have to choose one. Alright, he's not broken, but he's definitely better. Okay, Eirika up next. Eirika was probably the most used one when Choose Your Legends 5 came out, so let's see what they did for her. HP up 3, -1 special trigger, effective against armor and calves. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, gets all stats up 5 to unit, reduces damage from foes' first attack by 40%, and neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks during combat. Sounds pretty much the exact same to me. And then if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats up 5 to unit, inflicts attack speed and defense -5 on the foe, where X is 5 plus the number of bonus effects active on foe with a max of 9. Y'all already know, this is very easy to activate. All it takes is an Asker on the enemy team and a Cordelia or a Catria, and that's already 4 status effects right there. You're getting Resonant Blades, Resonant Shields, you're getting Warp, and you're getting Triangle Attack. So, 2 very super common units on the enemy team. You're just getting all stats minus, or attack speed and defense -9 on the enemy. Also neutralizes foes' bonuses to attack speed and defense. So it's a super lull skill, basically. And then neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up. Oh, they gave her full-on null follow-up there. Yeah, I definitely like this more than Marth. This seems more in line with what we're trying to do here. So she's getting essentially a 14-point stat swing because she's getting attack speed and defense up 5 and doing -9 on the enemies. Then she has a lull attack speed and defense effect, and she stops them from doing guaranteed follow-ups. That's really going to help her survivability because she's got 40% DR on only the first hit. So you combine all of that stuff. Actually, she's looking pretty good here. This is not bad. This is a solid refine for her. Definitely, I like this more than Marth. All right, here it is. The man of the hour, Gatekeeper, the winner for the men's division. Let's see what they gave him. Now, this guy is already kind of good right now. Like, he doesn't need a refine necessarily. He's in the same boat as Edelgard was last time, where I felt like Edelgard was still able to compete in the meta. So, anything they give this guy is just an added bonus to what he's already doing. So, defense up 3, grants attack and speed up 5 to allies in 3 rows and 3 columns centered on him during combat. Would have been nice if they gave defense and res as well, but, I mean, we'll still take attack and speed up 5. Following effects will occur during combat based on the number of allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit. If greater than or equal to 1, inflicts attack and res -X on the foe, where X is the number of allies in the area times 3 with a max of 9. Pretty easy to activate. And then if greater than or equal to 2, inflicts guard on the foe per attack. That's nice, they added that. I do not believe he inflicted guard prior to this, so it's nice that he does that. And then if greater than or equal to 3, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And if unit is within 2 spaces of a structure that a foe can destroy, the number of allies in the area is treated as 3. That's mostly going to come into play in AR, where you can set up structures. But I suppose the breakable walls would count as well in summoner duels sometimes. There's not, like, too many maps that have that, but there it is. Alright, here we go. Special effect refine time. Grants defense and res up 5 to allies in 3 rows and 3 columns centered on unit during their combat. And recovers 7 HP to those allies after their combat. Okay, so they did what I thought they would do. They added defense and res up 5 to his already really good support effect. And now he's doing HP up 7 too. So literally he's just giving Rally Spectrum and HP up 7. Like all stats of 5 and HP up 7 just for existing. So that's good. And then at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and res -6 on foe, and reduces damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit's defense. Yes! Oh, they gave him true DR based on defense. Yes! Oh, that's what we want. Alright, during combat, and also recover 7 HP to unit after combat. Yeah, they came through, man. They did it. Gatekeeper, they did it. Yo, so true DR based on defense. That hit the spot. That is... Yes! Okay, alright, let's go on to Marianne now. The winner of the females division. Now, Marianne is probably the most unique out of all of these units because she can dance allies by attacking. So let's see what they gave to her here. Alright, we got -1 special trigger, grants speed up 3. If unit initiates combat or foe's HP is over 50% at the start of combat, inflicts speed and res -6 on the foe, neutralizes their bonuses to speed and res, and then reduces damage from foe's first attack by X% during combat. So if unit initiates combat, X is 80%, otherwise it's 30%. So they gave her damage reduction on let's see here. Pretty much just like both phase damage reduction here. The X being 30%. So prior to this, it was only when she initiated combat she would get 80% DR. Now she's getting 30 if she's not initiating, or like the enemy phase or something like that. Okay. Also, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 5 to unit, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's speed, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat. I don't know why you would take off Requiem Dance, though. That's like the main selling point to her. Reduces the percentage of foe... Oh! Reduces the percentage of foes' non-special base DR by 50%. They gave her that. And then neutralizes effect that inflict guard. Yo, that's good. Okay, yeah, no, this is what she needed. She needed a way to, like, plow through DR, because that was one of her weaknesses, is that she can attack the enemies, but she couldn't really, like, break through DR. You could have gave her Special Spiral 4, but, I mean, that means you got to run a damaging special instead of Requiem Dance. And then I guess you could have gave her Magic Null follow-up, but now you're free to run something else in the B skill instead, which could be even better, like maybe Desperation 4, for example. So, like, give her Desperation 4, give her Triangle Attack support with Catria, let her jump in, let her attack 4 times in a row, and then she's cutting DR in half there. She can probably just plow through whatever she hits, and then she's free to pop that dance skill to get a refreshed action on somebody. So this is actually looking pretty good. I like what they gave to her. Now, obviously, the winner of this batch is... Oh, wait, hold on. Is there more here? Nah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So I don't know why they did 2 pages here. I gotta say, Gatekeeper won. Like, not only did he win, it was not even close. Like, Gatekeeper's in first. I think Marianne's probably in second. Eirika's really good, too. Like, it's hard to say exactly how good yet, but I think Eirika's going to be really strong. Gatekeeper and Marianne are probably 1 and 2, and then make way. The rest of these are solid. They're not, like, terrible, except for Mirabilis fighter mode, I guess, if you want her to fight, which she doesn't need to do at all. I would imagine Mirabilis fighting would be like throwing a pillow at somebody. That is not what I would consider a fight. And then Hell and Itsuki were just solid. Nothing like groundbreaking, just solid. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know how much you're going to be using Gatekeeper now that he's a god. He was already a god before, but now no one's going to fight with me. No one's going to argue with me that Gatekeeper is a legitimate top 10 green unit in the game. So there you guys go. And we will be back in just a sec, and we'll take a look at the data mines for the Wind banner.